where better to learn and discover about Callaway Gardens than the Discovery Center? Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Well, let's get started. Greetings, everybody. We are here at Callaway Gardens Discovery Center, and this is another one of the major attractions here at Callaway Gardens. There is actually a lot to this area to kind of unpack because there's different little sections to it. So we're going to first start, obviously, talking about the parking, and then we're going to go and talk about the stuff that's actually out front of the building. So one of the first things that you do upon arrival in this area is, once you follow the signs to it, this parking area here, which is actually not right next to it, because then you'll be wanting to take a little path.
You'll notice that when you first come to the Discovery Center, the first thing you will probably see is some of these giant bug statues. Personally, I absolutely love them. You have a grasshopper over there, and if you look over there, you've got some bees.
And let's also not forget that there is a statue right here of a lady and a dog. Not just any lady and her dog. It is Virginia Ann Callaway, who is actually the one who is kind of featured for this particular area. The dog's name was Rex Muddy Nose. She is holding the plum leaf azalea, the floral emblem of the gardens. It was saved from near extinction by Gardens co-founders Virginia and her husband Cason. And then we're going to take a walk right over here to take a look at these other statues. And the interesting thing is, you'll also see there is a little bike rack here, which is nice considering the fact that this place is very bike friendly. And there you go. Here's your, what would you say? Bumblebees? Carpenter bees?
I think those are bumblebees.
Okay. And of course, you know the temptation with kids that we ask that you please don't touch the bugs or bug the bugs, which is a clever way of putting it.
There's also an owl bush.
Oh, yes. Let's kind of get closer to that so you can see it a little bit better, because he's kind of in the shadows. But it's kind of hard to see, but he's got eyes and a beak within this sort of ivy foliage. And of course, this is also a trolley route that'll take you to various places here as well. And there is actually a lot here about this particular building. It is kind of got a lot of the, unlike the Butterfly Center, which actually had a very clearly visible area for the building itself, this one is enclosed with a lot of the plant life here, which actually is really cool about it. It also has this nice little portico area, so that way if it is, like I said, raining, you can just drive somebody up here and get them dropped off without having any sort of issues, and of course being very accessible as well. Lots of benches around here, and then of course we've got our main entrance, which we will go in and check out the various areas of this place. And then of course when you step in here, you will see a lot of the various exhibits. They've got a lot of different plant life featured, and these are actually recreations. Look at the cool little wasp nest that they show in there. Huh?
I think that's what that is.
Yeah, I know what a wasp nest looks like. We have them around the house. And then some more over here. Doesn't actually have the thing talking about it, but it does show that it's a green pitcher plant. And of course, here's a little bit of a map that you'll see that talks about some of the various things that you can find. There's Providence Canyon Jimmy Carter's National Historic Site, Andersonville, FDR State Park, which is right here next to Callaway, and the little White House, which is not too far away. Here's West Point Lake, and it has a little different things talking about each area. I think we've been to just about all the main exhibits that they've been around here. They're all really interesting places to go visit. So also here in the main entrance, it'll talk about the fact that this is the Virginia Hand, Callaway Discovery Center. It's got your little welcome and talks specifically about some of the various things about this area and Virginia Hand and Case and Callaway themselves, whom this is named after. Some more plant life features and really cool designs with the plants with lights, trees, and then some more featured things. You've got the information desk, which will talk about the Fantasy and Lights, Autumn Leaves, Treetop Adventure, and wedding venues, which is a popular thing. It's also got a giant map of the place. So even though you might have received a map, in all likelihood, you can get a giant map that you can look at, which shows you we're right here, right smack dab.
He's like a teenage apprentice getting the final lessons before leaving home. His father is demonstrating some basic.
One nice thing about the Discovery Center is, as well, it has very helpful signage there. Easy to follow.
I got another little map here at the back corner, which can often be forgotten since it's just here by itself at the end of the area. But this end of the area I wanted to just kind of show off because it's actually really nice with the glass and the benches and whatnot. There's
just the view from here is gorgeous.
Yeah, I think that's where the benches are. You could just sit here and just kind of in a climate-controlled area, just kind of chill and whatnot. But yeah, this map here talks about the land of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and kind of read up on all the different things there. And look at that, Gail, two of your favorite things. Got some more statues just right out there, some birds. Really cool. This would actually be a very good venue to actually just kind of sit and chill and watch it while it's raining. It'd be kind of cool, actually. So here at the theater, which is on the left side, does talk about the different things that they have going on. The Birds of Prey program, of course. There's a bug encounter today at 2. And they got Memorial Chapel, which that's another day. Got the Adopt a Rapper programs, and then different little things you can read about it. And of course, Gail's already having a seat. They have a little theater program that's constantly running, and you get to see somebody else eating a nice meal there as well. So we'll check this out real quick and move on to the next section.
Something interesting I would love to point out here is we have this lovely display here, which is talking all about the artist who created these beautiful wildflower sculptures that you see, photorealistic.
Also some more about this sort of art here that you'll see, and the person behind it. As we continue to go down, several more of these. There's quite a bit. This one, I like the name, Jacob's Ladder. It's really cool. And here you can learn a little bit about what we actually are looking at outside, which is the Mountain Creek Lake itself, which was built in 1949 by damming Mountain Creek. So a lot of these lakes here are man-made, so you'll get to see the creations of these and how beautiful these all are. Now here in the left side of the building, we get to see all the different stuff about birds.
Absolutely beautiful creatures.
And then you've got some more biographies here about some of the people involved in this, and there's even a little bit of a video here about it too. More bird stuff out here. And then, of course, you've got, they do tend to rotate some of this stuff around, because I have seen other things at other different times. Right now they've got a display that talks about Earth Day and provides some interesting sort of educational stuff. And then, of course, the birding, where you can see a little display about the different field guides to birds. And different types of books, and some more bird displays. And backyard habitats, bird houses. And then, of course, they got workshop rooms as well. Interesting thing about the Woodland Workshop, they didn't really have much paint left available in there, but they were doing little houses that you could create and whatnot, and it's just a come and go as you please sort of thing, so really cool. And then, of course, they have craft rooms for the little ones as well.
And our cricket, and our mantis, and an ant, right? And we call all of these insects, right? Every single one of these puppets is a type of insect. But do you guys know what makes an insect an insect? So these are, this is, I guess only one's going to participate today. But this is an orange head cockroach. They have wings but cannot fly. So he is stuck on his little log. He's not going to go anywhere. These guys are from Central and South America, and they live mostly in caves, so mostly underground. We call that fossorial. This guy is a little bit more local. These are what we call best beetles. They're also called best bugs, patent leather beetle. So, not this one. I'll have one you can't know. This one's a little small. But these guys live in rotting wood, and they actually eat that wood too. So like if you're outside and you try to flip over a log and it kind of crumbles, they live in that. They dig their burrows and they eat that rotting wood. Stays right there. So these are Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
That's what I thought.
If I can get a good one. There we go. Some of them are a little bit better than the others. But these are Madagascar hissing cockroaches. This one you can touch if you want to on the way back. So these don't have any wings, so they did end up losing their wings in favor of growing a tougher shell. And the way they breathe is a lot more passive than us. Like, we actively breathe in and out. These guys, their spiracle is kind of just open. And is another native species, so one that we can find here all over really the entirety of the eastern U.S. And this is our American giant millipede. So this one's the only one I have that is not an insect, right? Way more than 6 legs. Rules it out immediately. So these guys do live here. They're the biggest millipedes in the U.S. There are others that are larger out in like Africa. But this is about as big as they get here.
So that was the bug encounters that we got to see. They show them Saturdays and Sundays currently right now at 2 o'clock. Very interesting getting to see the various bugs that they had. Something that happens right here, kind of near their bug area that we're about to go into. So I call it the bug area very specifically. They call it the Callaway Crawlicium because there's various different things that you can find here, from lizards, insects, the bugs, butterflies, snakes, frogs, toads, There are things that are obviously been used as different displays, no longer living and whatnot, that have been donated here. There is a featured little coloring sheets that are available for kids to take home and do with. There's a little game here about pollinators. So if you wanted to try to guess, okay, well, oh, that's flies that are attracted to that. And it's like, oh, what's attracted to this? Well, hummingbirds. Yeah, that one's pretty obvious. You can do that with this game. And then, of course, they have video of a microscope. This is actually fascinating right here. It's called the magnification station. You can look at different creatures under the microscope and kind of see what they look like on TV. So there's a scorpion there, and I don't really have the hand free to do it, but you can transfer it there and then it'll show up there. But there is also live things here. So this here is a tarantula. You can see him over there hiding in that corner. You've got a scorpion right over there. There's supposedly a beetle and a millipede. I'm not really seeing him right now. Could be burrowing. Got the hissing cockroaches, although we did just see a millipede and beetle there. There's a hissing cockroach. So he may have taken them out of this box, actually, for this stuff. More scorpions. There's another tarantula. And then, of course, got some more of these different butterflies they're showing off as well. And then, while there's not live versions of these, they do have displays for different frogs and toads, and of course, snakes. And of course, these are the various types of venomous snakes that you can kind of learn about why certain snakes are considered venomous, and there are certain characteristics that makes it quite obvious to tell why they're venomous. It's always good to know. And of course, these are snakes that are native to this state here in Georgia. Also, turtle anatomy. So you can see intact shells and not so intact shells. It's a very fascinating area.
Welcome to the outside of the Discovery Center. Here in the back of the Discovery Center, you will find, honestly, one of my favorite places. Here we have this lovely little wetland area. Over there, some points of interest are the bridge. You have the cafe right over there, and plenty of seating for watching just all the different wildlife in this spot. Come on. Now, you may recognize these plants right here, because these are the pitcher plants that were displayed on the inside of this building.
Yeah, very unique design to these plants. Cool little area there. Just goes to the back part there for employees, I guess, though. But this is a certified wildlife habitat, and there's no surprise there. Little flowering area, gardens of different plant varieties. You'll see these everywhere. And then, of course, some more here in some pots. You got your little creek here too. Flows all the way down there to that little bridge, which we will be heading to next. There's all sorts of different little ways that you can go about also for those. Oh, hello. Oh, he's showing off. Okay. I didn't expect to see Lizard putting on a little show here. But as I was going to say, there are handicap accessible ways to get over to here. If you need to, you just roll over here and then down this part of the bridge, and it will connect you to this longer bridge here. Or you can actually even kind of walk over here and get yourself really close to the center area. Now obviously this part's closed off because this is for employees to be doing various things that they need to do here. But we have a little bit of an area. The fish and turtles are not very visible here though right now. Maybe later. Oh, I think I saw something there. Anyway, we're going to walk to the other bridge. Now, the interesting thing is, everything here, for the most part, is connected. We do have, obviously this is a feature on the Discovery Center itself, but there are a lot of things within Callaway Gardens, and they all have some sort of connection somehow that you can be able to go through. So like if you're not driving to various points, you can actually be able to, if you want to, walk, or you can take your bicycle and be able to get to a lot of the different things here. That's what this bridge is. This bridge is part of the trail at Callaway that you can take, and it will connect you to other points of Callaway Gardens. Down that way will get you to the treetop adventures, zip lining, and other things that way. It's also an area where you can do lots of biking and whatnot. Of course, driving and biking are not the only things that you can do here, and walking obviously too. You can also take a golf cart. Those are available here for rental as well. Sometimes it's nice just to listen to the sounds of nature in this case. The water, plants, birds, all the various sounds they make.
There are also these placards talking about, if you're lucky, you might be able to see a snake sunbathing.
That's lucky if, as long as they're at a distance from you. What is this? Oh, it's a backyard wildlife habitat garden. Okay. Never knew that one. And see, just as I mentioned before, because this is a trail that you can utilize to get to different areas, you've got the Discovery Amphitheater, the Butterfly Center, restrooms, and gift shop. There's also a bike rack back here too if you're biking your way and don't want to park it out at front. It's very nice to have these, especially if you bring your own bikes, which we would very likely do, but you can also rent here too. So let's take a look from the bridge at this very scenic view. Very nice.
If you look over in that direction, you can see where the boats are launched from. So this is their fishing lake as well. So sometimes you will see people in boats coming by and doing their fishing.
Another lizard.
I will be pointing out every lizard I see.
And then, of course, over there is the Discovery Cafe where we will get our lunch. Okay, well, here we are at the restaurant cafe area. They do have a Dippin' Dots stand, but there is currently doesn't look like there's anybody manning it at this time. But it's got the outdoor area, which is really nice. If it's really nice weather like it is today, actually be a real good place to enjoy the food. But
Beautiful view as well.
also shaded area, you've got Coke vending machine here, and then of course if it's particularly cold or hot to the point where you don't even want to be outside at all, you can just go look at the cute little design there, the Discovery Cafe with the mantis on it. But you can go inside and eat inside. Their times, they're open every day apparently from 1 or 11 I should say to 4 p.m.
Let's go inside.
Yes, let's. Discovery Cafe has a lot of different meals of basic snacks and treats and children options and beverages, but also has a variety of salads and meal baskets. So after placing our order, we are now outside enjoying the view. Gail's on one side, I'm on the other. She got a sweet tea, which is a good one to try. They have basic drinks. They also have ices, and so I got an icy. Tastes like an icy, so about what you would expect. What you think of that sweet tea?
I mean, it's sweet tea. I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it is sweet tea. Not as sweet.
Okay. Let me try some of that. Yeah. Not the best, not the worst either. Our food. So there were a lot of different things that they had available. Not a lot stuff that's friendly for us in general because they have burgers. They do have gluten-free buns, but no vegetarian option for the burgers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take out the meat patty and try this out. They have waffle fries. I wonder if these are the same type of waffle fries that I've had before at their beach area. They look kind of like it. I like the fact they came out with all the different condiments. That's nice. So there's lots of different options there. There's chicken options. You can take a look at the menu that I took a little snag at. That's all the different options that they have going on for that. Gail's got a salad. Now, the thing that I think both me and her were actually really interested in, and she was going to be the one that would have gotten it, but they did not have the Power Bowl, which was the one that I was really eager to see how that was. So instead you got the...
I think it's the,
Hearts of Romaine?
yeah,
Something
Hearts
like
of
that?
Romaine. It's got Parmesan, shredded Parmesan, or sliced Parmesan. Don't know what you call that. And then I got the Caesar dressing, which is a pretty standard brand.
Yeah, but you didn't have to get the Caesar. I mean, they did have other variations, which was ranch, balsamic. I think that was the only other two, right?
Yes, the balsamic tempted me.
That's what I thought you were going to get. So, what do you think?
But for this type of salad, I don't think that would work. So, let me try mine. It's a pretty solid Hearts of Romaine salad.
All right, so now it's time for me to try. So I've undid it. Now it's obviously going to be a little different because I'm not eating the meat on it. That's going to be saved for the dog and whatnot. So we've got bread here that looks like it's been toasted pretty good on the inside. You've got a weirdly sliced tomato, and then of course they gave you the condiments to add to it with the ketchup and the mayo. So I'm going to try this out. Got a good crunch on the inside, soft on the outside. I'd much rather, if you're going to do a crunch, to do the crunch on the inside versus the outside. So that's good. Now, let's try these waffle fries. Now these are very crispy feeling, I can tell that right away. Yeah, these are pretty much, I think they're pretty much a standard here. If you go to the one at the Robin Lake, they've got these for sale there. So if you add a little ketchup to it, adds a real good flavor to it. Not my personal favorite waffle fries, but still very good though. Well done. Also, they have various desserts. I decided to grab one of their brownies since it's something that looks like that they baked themselves here. A lot of stuff is just regular store-bought stuff. Also, just a note, the types of materials that they use, very good, environmentally conscious. Does not surprise me. Obviously yours is not, but yours was made like you got it to go. I don't know why. I guess because salad doesn't work as well on that, so I don't know. But usually their products here are usually pretty environmentally conscious. If I remember correctly, the bathrooms themselves are that way too, with the toilets. So I'm going to try some of this. It's a pretty good brownie. I know people will have their preferences on what they think is a good brownie. I like a soft brownie versus one that's really kind of firm, solid. This is very chewy. Looks like it's got a lot of soft, gooey chocolate on the inside, so this is definitely built that way for a purpose. Pretty good. Lots of turtles and fish around today. They're probably hovering around here in case somebody drops some food in there. Also, another cool little feature here is you just get to see all these cool little things like these spider webs. Dragonfly taking a rest. Tired. Alright, that was actually both of our first times going to the cafe here. It was actually pretty good. It was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I kind of didn't think there would be as much as there would be. And the quality. The brownie was really good. A lot of brownie, though. It's very rich, so it's kind of hard to finish, but I did.
My salad was incredibly fresh, which was nice. I wish they had given me a little bit more dressing, but the cheese was also very fresh on it as well. And of course, the sweet tea was also pretty decent. The icy, on the other hand, I tried, was quite good. And those fries, at the same time, incredibly crispy and very well seasoned. So I quite enjoyed them, even without ketchup.
I will say, very well done with the cooking aspect of everything. Definitely want to try the Power Bowl, me personally, next time. I know you want to kind of do like the gluten-free bun sort of experiment like I did.
Yes, if you've got gluten issues, apparently they have gluten-free bun. So
yeah. So we'll try a few things if we do another video here in the future. Interestingly enough, got a photo booth. Get you some photos. Also, FYI about the photo booth, that does not currently work. I don't know if it will work in the future, but we're going to go back in now and check out some of the rest. So, as we noted, there are two separate ways that you can go. There's that way, which we were at earlier. There's, of course, the gift shop, which is at the end. We'll do that in a little bit. And then we'll start looking at some more of these various little statuettes and paintings, plates. Yeah. So we'll kind of go through some of these, check out some of the cool designs. Look at that turtle shell sort of thing there. You got these on both sides. This is something that you just kind of go through and go down, but there are other sections to this area as well. At the very end of the room, you got all these little statuettes of different animals and whatnot. And of course, the one that really caught Gail's attention. We got more over here. So that's the end of the room. The only thing that's left around here, there are some exhibit halls, but they're currently not open. And then the only room that's actually open is for the Birds of Prey show later today. So now venturing to the outskirts of this Discovery Center area, outdoor area, just before you get to Treetop Adventure, we have one of many birdhouses and this one last little dock bridge that we can walk out to and kind of observe. Can also get a little bit better view of some of the stuff down there that we couldn't really see as well. Not that it matters that much. You can literally go to it on the other side of the lake, and we did highlight in our intro video. All right, we're checking out the Birds of Prey show going on in a little bit. So we're heading over towards the amphitheater, and they got all these little placards talking about various birds of prey that they might potentially feature in the show.
Oh, taking a nice long bath.
Lots of interesting plant life. I don't think we've actually ever taken a walk down this way because there's actually another birds of prey area that they do birds of prey. Ah, yes. We got a little bird there. Inside the Discovery Center, which we saw it in. I think it's because the weather was not as good. So I'm guessing, depending on how the weather is, they'll do it inside versus outside. But obviously, I would imagine outside is the more ideal format to do this. So we're going to get to see the Discovery Amphitheater, which is just a slight walk. And can probably start hearing the music in the background as we are getting close. Also, gotta be quiet and no pets. Well, that's pretty obvious. All right. Pretty good.
I am a great horned owl.
It's probably an area where they keep track of a lot of the different birds and whatnot. Some more signage. We're about to enter the amphitheater now. They also have separate stroller parking. Oh, hydration station here too. That's nice. All right, let's get ourselves a seat. Just vibing right now, waiting for the show to start. The little, as they call it, amphitheater, just has a lot of seating. It's quite early, so not too many people here yet. There's a speaker. Kind of cool being right here by the water. And that's obviously where they're going to keep the birds when they bring them out.
They are free to fly wherever they want. So typically it's going to be these perches behind me, this perches behind you. You go up into a tree, And since we've got a decent amount of space this afternoon, they will likely fly inches over your heads or between the shoulders of you and your neighbor. So, you will be getting up close and personal with these birds. If that's not your cup of tea, this would probably be the best time to leave. So with these sharp claws at the ends of their toes, they're going to swoop on down, grab hold of prey, squeeze as tightly as possible. They're then going to use those talons, kind of like a fork, holding their food out in place. Thank you, Cedar. So, if the talons are the fork, what do you guys think the knife might be?
Beak.
Their beak, yeah, they have a downward curved beak that they're going to use to spear into that flesh, cut up into smaller bite-sized bits. And then, of course, they need to be able to find their prey. And it's pretty obvious what that last characteristic might be, especially on incredible eyesight. In Cedar's case, he has quite large eyes. In fact, they take up roughly 50% of his skull. Because if you look at his camouflage, he's got this dark mottled brown throughout his body. He looks like the trunk of a tree. And he can actually adjust those plumicorns on his head to make himself look like a tree branch or a stump, so he can better hide himself from predators or sneak up on unsuspecting prey. Before I go into how he goes after his prey, I was impressed. All right, then, for those of you who hopefully didn't bring your hamster to the program, what I challenge you guys to do is when you go home this afternoon, turn that hamster loose, blindfold yourself, and try to catch it in your feet as it runs across the floor. See how well that works out for you. Now, owls do this on a nightly basis, but it's not just this incredible eyesight and hearing that helps them take down their prey. As Cedar was flying around, did you guys notice that he wasn't really making a lot of noise with his wings? They have these soft, flexible feathers that bend in the wind that helps cut down on sound, because again, he's nocturnal. But we're going to go ahead and switch gears. Owls are the only group of raptors that we consider nocturnal, and if we only had to worry about predators at night, well, humans already do this, but other animals would just have to sleep all night and party all day. So there needs to be a balance. So while owls are picking up the night shift, this next bird is going to be the daytime counterpart to the great horned owl. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. He is a hawk, and I'll let you guys call out what type of hawk Tilden might be as he makes his way onto stage.
Red tail.
Red-tailed hawk, how could you tell? He's a hawk with a red tail. Like I said, not creative in the naming department. The hardest to identify, depending on where you are in North America. So, what's really cool about Tilden, like I said, he does have this bright chest and this dark back. This is a pretty common form of camouflage, not just for red-tailed hawks, but a lot of diurnal or daytime active raptors. It's called countershading. When he's hunting out in the wild, he's going to try to make sure that the sun is to his back. If his prey happens to look up, well, those bright chest feathers, they blend in with sunlight, makes it very hard to spot him when he's chasing you down from above. When he finally does subdue his prey, he's going to do this behavior called mantling. This guy is native to the desert southwest, and you'll kind of see that in his camouflage as he makes his way on stage. This is Roman, and he is our Harris hawk. So like I said, native to the desert southwest, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. And you can kind of see that in his camouflage. He's got this dark brown throughout his body, a light bay color on his shoulders. And even though he has that black and white banding on his tail, you might think that sticks out like a sore thumb. But actually does break up his silhouettes just a little bit. So while we wait for Vinny to kind of join the program, vultures, they have some other cool adaptations to kind of help them survive out in the wild. Like I said, they eat dead stuff, and that's pretty gross. But if we didn't have vultures to clean it up, hello, Vinny. Odds are, all that dead stuff would pile up right here in our own backyards. Animals, rodents, wild dogs, animals that can transmit diseases to humans. And the disease rate in India skyrocketed, all because they lost one animal. So they don't need to be your favorite, but do show vultures a little bit of respect, because they actually serve a very net positive for the ecosystem and ourselves. I don't know about you guys, but I like to avoid another pandemic, and vultures are a great way to make sure that that does not happen. But when they're flying up high, it can be kind of hard to spot the difference, especially if you can't see their face. So what I like to tell people to do is to look at the wings. Turkey vultures, when they're flying, to me at least, they look like a flying V, and they have this silver sheen that runs across the full length of their wing, and they kind of seesaw. Probably a turkey vulture. And that sociability helps them survive out in the wild. They kind of form a large social network to kind of scan out where those carcasses might be. When something dies, it's not going to just walk out into the open and then drop dead. Odds are it might fall dead, canopy falls over it, or it gets covered in other material. So what often happens is, black vultures and turkey vultures, they'll work together to find those carcasses. Turkey vultures are one of the few birds that have a powerful sense of smell. They can smell a carcass up to roughly 5 miles away. And so what happens is if something is rotting in the ecosystem, the turkey vultures are going to sit down. They'll start circling in the sky.
About like 25. I mean, if they have really great genetics, late 20s, early 30s.
Well, that was the Birds of Prey show. It's the first time seeing it outdoors. They do have the alternate inside one that you can easily find when the weather's not as good. Weather's nice today, so we actually got to see that for the first time. Definitely the outdoor show is the way that it's intended to be done, so it's definitely the superior version.
Yes, the way that they have the purchase set up is super cool. In fact, the birds will fly between the people in the seats or right above your head. There was a point where I actually felt one of the tassels from one of the I think it was the hawk, hit my head.
Yeah, so that was fun. Now we're going to walk back the Discovery Center, and then we are going to do the last thing that there is to do at the Discovery Center, and that is go to the gift shop.
Yep.
Time for another gift shop, and this time it's the Discovery Center's gift shop. These are their sale items currently, but let's check and see what we've got. Ooh, wind chimes. Gail is drawn to these because she wants some nice, noisy ones. Got some cute designs. Look at this one with the birds. It's kind of quiet though. I don't know if you like those. That's a loud one. Yes, got the little furry friends. Got some knives. Oh yeah. That's cool. Yep. Oh, you found one you like?
Not for the outside, but for the door. So when you open the door, you hear chiming.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, some more sale items. Lots of little design items. Yep. Oh, there we go. Glass hummingbird feeders. Lots of bird-related stuff. Not surprised. Wait a minute. Just come call the birdie into my mouth.
Cute.
You want that one? Yeah, that's fine.
I found a beautiful, well, I don't know about beautiful, but it's definitely very cute rain gauge with a cardinal.
And a raincoat.
Raincoat.
Lots of fanny packs. Very tempting on the fanny packs. I do have one though. They've got lots of different hat styles as well. Oh, now this is kind of more my style though, for obvious reason. But love that design. That's a really good design. What are all these soaps and stuff? Interesting. Uh-oh. What's Gail doing? Lots of kids stuff, books, clothes, little toys. They got gemstones by the bag full. Lots and lots. It's a cool design. Swaddle babies. A little weird. Insect toys. Oh, here comes some snackies. Any interesting snackies? That looks familiar.
I don't know how much use I get out of it.
Yep, I think I found the item I'm getting. Oh, okay. And that is all that there is to the Discovery Center. It was quite a day. We actually filled our day with quite a few things. And to think about that, We have so far now done 2 different locations here, and there are many more still to come here at Callaway Gardens.
Absolutely. I mean, I had a great day. I even saw some things that I haven't done before here, and we've came here quite a few times before. Picked up some excellent stuff, had a nice meal, beautiful nature, beautiful day. I would highly recommend that if you find yourself here in Callaway Gardens and it is a beautiful day, make sure you make one of your stops the Discovery Center.
And so we'll see you next month as the trolley is behind us, getting to take people to different parts of the park right now. All right, so that's it for this month. We'll see you next month. I'm Trojan.
And I'm Gail.
We enjoyed our adventure. Now it's time for you to enjoy yours.
Bye-bye.